My name is Watson.
And my name is Mariah.
We're 12 years old.
And we're representing Old Redford Academy Middle School. And we're here to talk about drugs. Drugs are very dangerous and unhealthy.
And they can also ruin a relationship with your loved ones. Go talk to a family member, a friend, even a teacher, or you can go to a therapist, or if you need any extra help, you can go online and find all of those.
Hashtag not worth it.
Welcome to our show. It's Expose Under the Sun, and we are brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. Valerie Lockhart is the publisher, and I am the co-host, Suzanne Jarrett, and better known as Chief Silent Storm. I'm excited to bring to you today my guest, Deba Harper. And I guess we're celebrating 10 years of your current mission. So I would love for you to tell us the title and what you're all about. Tell us about Deba.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. I'm Deba Harper. I am the founder and CEO of two companies. One, Detroit Dream Investment Solutions, which is a development company, real estate development company. And partnered with that is Champ Nation, which is a workforce development company that is associated with housing, safe and dignified housing, as people get themselves together so they can take their lives into sustainable living and revitalizing communities.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So with those things, I feel like it's very important to give our communities an opportunities to own their homes instead of renting and that sort of thing. So how do they get involved with your organization, or how did they begin with that process?
So it's a bridge program. It's a process. We have to help people. So the plan for Detroit, the future of Detroit, is actually to create a new middle class in Detroit. Detroit was the biggest middle class back in the when automotive hit big, the great industrial age, and it kind of fell off. Of course, we all know that story. But the new story is to create a new middle class.
For sure.
And the only way you can create a new middle class is to help people to become economically sustainable, help people to increase their household income so that they can afford to live in communities that are being revitalized.
Absolutely.
In Detroit is seeing a big boom in revitalization. So rents for a 3-bedroom house used to be $500 when I moved here in 2016, but are now peaking at $1,500, $1,800. And the mayor really wants to keep people living in these communities and not being costed out.
Yes.
And the only way that you can do that is to help people become economically sustainable by increasing their income.
For sure. And Detroit's so beautiful. Like some of the buildings and just the artifacts of the city is just amazing. So it's important to draw our people back down into the city and highlight the good things of what we're doing and that. So I love what you're doing. How can we get involved with the, I know you have something coming up, an event. Can you share about what you're getting ready to do on I believe it's Saturday?
Yes. So Champ Nation has been in existence for 10 years. So 2012 was our first iteration. I said I moved here from Detroit. I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was working around housing homeless youth in Los Angeles. Los Angeles wasn't ready for a community-driven model. So I moved here to Detroit because Detroit was experiencing some really hard times but seemed more open to new ideas.
Yes.
So Champ Nation is starting our first tech training program at Marygrove on Saturday.
Okay.
And this is our first step. There's no tech training like this in Detroit.
Wow. Incredible.
I'm a Salesforce administrator. I don't know if anybody knows what Salesforce is.
Tell
but
us about Salesforce. I'm intrigued because our communities need sales trainings and, just the tech part of it. So tell us about what that is.
So Salesforce started as a sales tool.
Okay.
It has grown into something so much bigger. Most companies, industries are onboarding Salesforce as a client relationship management software, which means whenever you put your name, your email, into any kind of interface on your phone, on your computer, it's going to the company and they have to manage that information in order to sell you whatever product or service that you're looking for.
Okay.
That type of activity is driven by the Salesforce infrastructure.
Wow. So is that like the algorithm that you see on social media? They pull the data out and kind of like create like more of what people are looking for. Like I know when I'm looking at Case jewelry or something like that, or I even mentioned on the phone. Next thing you know, I'm seeing it in social media. Is that kind of how it works? Or
It's
is
a
that
little
something
different than that.
Okay.
So when businesses get your information, they want to be able to contact you and give you the best customer service you can get, right? In order for you to become a client and to retain you as a client. That in the past has been a lot of work. It's a lot of work for people to work around keeping customers happy.
Yes.
Salesforce automates a lot of that activity that employees do in the background in order to keep their customers happy, retained, and to grow their customer base. So Salesforce has answered a lot of those things that would be done on a repetitive. You program it with a configuration, and anybody can be taught how to program a configuration in order for small, medium, large companies to maintain a holistic customer interface.
Okay.
Salesforce is a huge company. It's the Cadillac of CRM.
Wow. And oh my gosh, that's major that you're going to be the only one in Detroit doing that type of trainings. What are the qualifications? Like how can someone come in and sign up, or like what age or demographic are you looking for?
So just for the fact of working age, 16 to 25 is what CHAMP's core audience is. We feel like that's the age where you can really impact a person's life, regardless to what they've come from. When you give them certain types of trainings, they can grow into a thriving adulthood.
Okay.
And so their past can be kind of wiped out based on what they learn and what they're able to apply and to help them be productive in their life.
That's amazing.
And that can change their generations. That can change
For sure.
Their families. They can change. It definitely sets a new platform for the families that they'll create, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, but you also are sitting in a time where people need to be retrained. So even someone like an administrative assistant or someone working a customer call center,
Yes.
a lot of them are working on Salesforce and don't even know the power of the tool that they're using.
Okay.
So we also want to show people how you can be retrained by learning more about Salesforce, because Salesforce has a growth model. They're looking to grow their business by 1 trillion new business by 2026.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you're here.
And
Honestly,
so
that's
they
exciting.
also want to grow new jobs, 9.3 million globally by 2026.
Okay.
And their focus is to attract people in communities that look like Detroit, because they want to represent every community that they are serving. So diversity and inclusion. And so we're bringing a model here so that people can understand the language and the ecosystem of Salesforce and to become certified
Yes.
as professionals.
Amazing. Okay. Is there a cost to your seminar that you're going to have, or your workshop that you're going to have?
It's free.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we work with a lot of the youth in the community. So I would love for them to, Sharon Dumas, to sign up our girls from the Curvy Girls Project, Full and Fabulous. So how could is there a link that they can go to, or?
So we have an Evite. We have a Facebook, Champ Nation. It's actually Champ Community Foundation on
Okay,
Facebook.
I recently started following that. I reiterated before the meeting that I was in there, so okay.
Yeah,
So
Champ Community Foundation. The link is on there. There is a post about what we're doing,
okay.
and they can link in and
Oh my
sign
gosh,
up.
I'm so excited about that.
Yes.
Now, what was it that really got you into this sort of work? Because I see you out here in the community, and it's important for me to help shed light onto the leaders that are doing a lot of things. And I recognize you as one of those people that are out here actually making world-changing moves. And what was it that what is it that just drives you to that point to want to do that to help?
So I've always been in emerging technologies. Actually, since I was 19, I've been working in bringing in new technologies.
Okay.
I don't want to waste up our time talking about that. But in 2008, when we had the great economic downturn, I had just brought in a new technology to make it easier for the manufacturing company, one of the biggest manufacturing companies in the world, to save money by outsourcing
Okay.
overseas,
Okay.
which cost me my job. And
Was that when you were in LA?
that's
or
when
you
I
were
was
here?
in LA.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So at that time, even though I have a resume that's amazing, I couldn't find a job. That to me was like God blocking me to teach me something.
Absolutely.
So what I learned was there's other people that look like me, that's single mothers, that are out there who were impacted by this and couldn't find jobs either.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's when I got interested in housing homeless youth. At the same time, I was experiencing housing insecurity, job insecurity, and housing insecurity with a major resume.
Wow.
That was a problem.
And it is a problem, so okay.
It's a problem. So I worked very hard to change the trajectory of my life. And I don't do anything without considering my community. God always told me that he put me in those positions so that I can help my community. When I came to Detroit for a convention, I saw that this is why God had me go through what I went through.
Okay.
And so when I got my degrees, I actually went back to school, got my degree in urban planning, real estate development, and I packed my car with my daughter and my dog, and we
Wow.
drove to Detroit
Wow, that's amazing. That's
so
an
that I
amazing
can put
story.
this vision. God gave me the vision in Los Angeles.
And you were bold enough to trust that. A lot of people
Yeah.
do not have the courage to step outside of themselves and trust Source, Holy Spirit, God, to His vision, for us. And it's always that leap of faith. But when you have the boldness to do it, there's always, always a reward. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
It wasn't easy,
Oh no, I know.
but
No.
it was faithful. And I and it when you're called, you answer the call that makes you called.
Yes. Yes.
Because people are given vision, and there's a lot of barriers to that. So what I want to give to young people and even older people, mature people who have to make the same decisions I had to make,
And
right?
even more so in these times right now.
Yes, even more so now. What I offer is not only the intellect and the background of technological advancements, but I also offer a lifestyle of change and how you can change your life. And this move to Detroit changed my life. And following God's path changed my life. And so I'm tapping into that with other people who would be interested in changing their life.
Amazing. Amazing. We're going to continue this. We're going to take a brief break. And when we come back, we're going to dive deeper into this conversation because
Yes.
I don't even want to pause, but we're going to take a break. I'll see you in a minute.
You're watching WHPS TV, Detroit Live.
My name is Watson.
And my name is Mariah.
We're 12 years old.
And we're representing Old Redford Academy Middle School. And we're here to talk about drugs. Drugs are very dangerous and unhealthy.
And they can also ruin a relationship with your loved ones. Go talk to a family member, a friend, even a teacher, or you can go to a therapist, or if you need any extra help, you can go online and find all of those.
Hashtag not worth it.
And we are back with Deba Harper. And this is Expose Under the Sun, brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. And Valerie Lockhart is our publisher. And we were just talking about Deba, taking the leap of faith from LA to Detroit. And she's got some amazing things in the works. And we really want to talk more about that because as leaders, we see the successes after. But it's important to talk about what it cost us to get here. I know that was a lot of sacrifice to just go blindly and pack up your car with your daughter and your dog and do that. I definitely can relate to that. I've done that before, leaving a corporate position and even going into homelessness because I knew that I needed to get off that rat wheel, as a single mom. And just kind of when you do that, the faith walk that you go through, it's a beautiful journey after, but during it, it's really, really challenging. And I think that's why with my work, with the connections I'm making, it's important to support the leaders or just people who want to make a difference and just need support because there's a lot of things going on with suicide rates and things like that. And we need to create more resources. So I love that you're with Detroit Dream Investments and creating that platform.
Right. So Detroit Dream Investment Solutions, you definitely have to be able, just as a businesswoman, you have to be able to balance market or capitalism with community. We believe in the 3 Ps of community development. Property, people, creates the place. So the property, buy as much property as you can so that you can do what you can with your portfolio. Sell it to create home ownership. Have a portfolio to offer a safe place to live for people who don't want to be homeowners or can't be homeowners or in a transition to become homeowners.
And I feel like that's a big piece right there. A lot of people have issues with their credit. They can't quite get a home mortgage. And, what would you say the best way to go into home ownership would be? What would be the first step? Or do you have any tools?
Your credit? Well, the first step is you can get your credit right.
Because I know you can do like land bank.
You can do land bank.
Not land bank, but the land contracts.
You can do land contracts. You can do that. Those are options. Those are alternatives. But if you're not bringing in enough income, regardless to what you do, you're going to have a problem keeping up.
True.
Right?
True.
So stabilizing your income is important. People feel like, our ingenuity as a people is grand. Okay. I don't take anything away from that. Industry is changing. So our vision for what we want to create is growing, is expanding, and we don't have to be limited any longer.
Right.
The thing about tech, now Champ offers 3 different training opportunities. I run the tech because I'm in tech.
Yes. And you can tell you just absolutely love that.
I'm in tech. Really, tech is so natural to me. It's like it's like the thing that's just basic. Like I can do it in my sleep. I can train it in my sleep. I can teach it in my sleep, right?
Amazing.
So to be able to impart the opportunities in tech by debunking the technological divide, right? A lot of people hear tech and they say, "Oh, I can't do that."
Automatically, I got intimidated.
Yeah. So what we're doing in the community is demystifying the divide between our knowledge and the tech world.
Okay.
Because nobody can speak to my people like my people.
True.
And I understand there's an intellect, there's a tech knowledge or intellect behind tech that can put us off. So we're bridging that with communication, teaching you how to understand what we're saying, showing you that something that sounds out of reach is something that you're familiar with. We just have to bridge that gap of understanding.
For sure.
So the fact that God chose me to be in tech so that I can also use who I am natively
Yes.
and be able to communicate across both worlds. Well, that is my skill.
That is. Definitely.
So that
And that has to be
demystifies
pretty
that.
lucrative. Like, what is the starting, after they go through the training, what is the process and pay?
To be an
Grade.
entry-level Salesforce administrator, which is the first level of professional Salesforce, $75,000 a year.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
The middle class earning level is like 41,000 to 115,000 a year.
Okay.
So 75,000 a year for someone in Detroit. You're
That's
upper middle
huge.
class. You can determine how you want to live. Because millennials, they don't really like to buy homes.
No,
Not until
no.
they're ready to have a family, right?
True.
But all of these new developments in Detroit,
A lot.
you can afford to live in one of these luxury
Why
apartments.
not? Especially like
Why not?
at a younger age, instead of getting a dorm, be a homeowner.
Be a homeowner. Or if you don't want to be a homeowner, I don't take it away from people who don't want to be homeowners.
Yes.
Millennials don't want to be homeowners.
They don't
and
want the
that's fine.
responsibility.
They don't want that responsibility because it is a responsibility.
It is.
But they can choose how they want to live. Being a Salesforce administrator, you can live, work from home in your luxury apartment.
Wow.
You can travel and work in your in
Wait,
your
you said
luxury
you
resort.
can work from home doing this?
Oh yeah, I
didn't
work
know
from
that.
home.
Okay.
I work from home. I work for a Chicago company, but I'm here in Detroit. I
love
work
it.
from home. And you can travel and work, and you get great benefits. So all of these will help your life be better as a person and be able to afford to fix your credit. A young man that used to work for me, he was my technical assistant. I introduced him to Salesforce. In 6 months, he increased his income by 300%.
Incredible.
He lives in a luxury apartment in Atlanta. He's from
Amazing.
Detroit.
How old is he?
He's early 30s.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing.
And
That's a
he'll
good
be
age.
here on Saturday to
Nice.
tell his story.
Well, I'm going to be there. I'm definitely coming. I'm going to bring whoever I can get to go there. Is it going to be virtual or is it in person?
Both options.
Okay.
It's going to be in person at Marygrove Conservancy.
Okay.
At the Journey room office. They call it the, I'm sorry, Journey's workspace.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
We're going to plug it into the groups and share the link. And I'm excited to promote it. And I thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's also going to be virtual. We're also
Okay.
going to have it on Zoom.
Zoom, okay.
Yes,
So
because
we'll
it's
drop the
limited
link.
seating at Journey. So
Okay.
Zoom is probably going to get more people involved.
Okay, very nice. Is there anything else that we can look forward to? Even like, how do we support you? How can we be a part? Is there other events that we can look forward to?
Well, we're going to do these information sessions called Your Future in Tech all the way through January. And that's in preparation to fill out an application to enter into our first cohort, which will be a 10-week training on Salesforce.
Oh, wow.
And once you finish that training, you'll be certified as an associate. And then we'll place you in internships, and then you'll be able to get a job from there.
That's exciting.
Yes.
That's exciting. You're doing amazing work. And
Thank
the journey
you.
that you went through, I know it's probably a little bit easier now that you can look back. Everything's easier in hindsight.
Yes.
Do you think?
Everything is easier, but I wouldn't change the path.
No.
I'm a homeowner now. I was suffering from
Congratulations.
housing insecurity. Now I own my own home. I renovated my home.
Okay. That's fun. I
And-
love renovating. I love it.
Yes.
Especially the older homes in Detroit, like the Boston Edison district.
Yes. And
Love
that's
it.
what we want to create. We want the people in our program to be able to renovate homes and learn how to be construction skilled trades from that.
Right.
And then maybe some of their homes that they renovate, they'll be able to buy and own.
Yes.
So it's a well-rounded program that we're looking to implement here in Detroit.
It definitely sounds like it.
It
And
is.
It's so reachable, but unless you were here or talking about it, we wouldn't know these things. And I think that's the biggest challenge in today's times is that the resources seem so hard to get to, you know? So that's why it's important for us to just keep having these conversations and sharing.
It's important that we help people to afford to live in Detroit,
Period.
in communities that they're
Yes.
accustomed to. Affordable housing is important, but it's important for us to afford to thrive in our communities.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well,
Yes.
thank you. I love this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're
I look
welcome.
forward to seeing you on Saturday.
For sure.
And
I'm
it
going to be
starts
there.
registration is from 9:30 to 10.
Okay.
The
so
actual
it's in-person registration, or is there a link?
It's on the Champ Community Foundation on Facebook.
Perfect.
And you just fill out the Eventbrite. And so if you come in person, you have to fill that out because the seats are limited.
Okay.
But there's also a virtual option, and you select that and you can view it from home.
Okay. We're definitely going to partner up. Is there any way to donate to your cause?
Yes. Also on that link underneath the sponsors and partnerships, there you'll be able to donate as a sponsor, as a partner, as a corporate partner, and we are also looking for volunteers to help us with this mission.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And in
Thank you.
closing, next week, Darwin Griffin will be back with us on Tuesday. And if you would like to get an ad in the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, you can contact Valerie Lockhart at 313-457-5944. Thank you so much for joining us on Expose Under the Sun, brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. Thank you, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks.